Okay, so it's really important when we are writing or anything like that, especially when we're writing, to make sure that we're doing the very best that we can with our writing. We don't want short, choppy sentences. We don't want run on, long, and lengthy sentences, but we do want good, solid, detailed sentences. Okay, you're in fourth grade now. And I know even last year, you guys probably worked a lot on writing and getting your writing to be the best it can be. So this year, we're just going to keep on going with that. And it's really important for you guys to know the different words to connect your thoughts and your punctuation to connect your thoughts instead of having a sentence that never ends or having a whole bunch of itty bitty little tiny sentences. Okay, because you don't want your writing to sound like, I like the dog. The dog is brown. The dog is happy. The dog likes to jump. No, you that's so boring. Okay, it's too many choppy little teeny tiny sentences. We also don't want to write a run-on sentence that says, I have a dog. His name is Henry. He likes to jump and swim and he likes to do all these things. And he cuddles in bed with me and he doesn't like to go outside very much. So he's really lazy, but he is also not really lazy because he also likes to run and play and jump. And I don't know, my little sister really likes, no, okay, that's way too much. So it's good to have all those thoughts, but it's really good we need to learn how to control those thoughts and how to write them down so that they are neither choppy or run on never-ending sentences. So we're going to watch some videos today, and then you're going to do some practice, and we're actually going to practice this all year. So okay, so first we're going to watch this brain pop video about conjunctions. Okay, conjunctions are words that help connect sentences.
Oh, why didn't you wake me up? Man, detention. Why didn't you tell me that your alarm clock was malfunctioning? Dear Tim and Moby, could you make a movie about the different kinds of conjunctions? From Marie. Well, sure we can. Conjunctions are really useful little words. They join up parts of a sentence and let you express all kinds of complex relationships between ideas. Here are a few different kinds of conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions include for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. You can remember them with an acronym, fanboys.
Fanboys.
Coordinating conjunctions join two equal parts of speech. You can use them to connect words to words, phrases to phrases, and clauses to clauses. See, in the first sentence, the conjunction and joins the words Moby and I. In the next one, or joins up the phrases a note from your parents and a permission slip from the teacher. And in the last one, but joins the clauses Moby claims that he set the alarm and I didn't get to school on time. Some conjunctions are made up of more than one word. Correlative conjunctions travel in pairs, joining up sentences or elements of a sentence that are grammatically equal to each other. Some common correlative conjunctions are both and, not only, but also, not,
They're just more conjunctions.
Neither, nor, and either, or. In this sentence, the conjunction either, or connects the two clauses Moby gets his internal clock fixed and I replace him with an alarm clock. But not all conjunctions join equal parts of speech. Well, subordinating conjunctions come at the beginning of a clause, on time in conjunction. It turns the independent clause, I didn't wake up on time, into a dependent clause that relies on the main clause, I was late to school, to complete the sentence.
For cause and effect.
There are lots of different subordinating conjunctions, expressing all sorts of different relationships. Some common ones are after, although, as, because, before, how, if, once, since, than, that, though, until, when, where, whether, and while. Conjunctions can create either loose or tight connections. I was late for school and I got detention doesn't tell you much about the relationship between the clauses. It's more of a loose connection. I was late for school, so I got detention tells you more. Getting detention seems to have been caused by being late for school. But a subordinating conjunction like because makes it clear. Detention is a direct result of being late. Words like however, moreover, nevertheless, and therefore aren't actually true conjunctions. They're conjunctive adverbs, which are just transitional devices between one thought and another. If you use them, remember to punctuate them properly. Because they're, weaker than true conjunctions, they need extra help from a period or semicolon to keep sentences together. Yep, you really messed with my day. Moby is programmed for stubbornness, so he'll never apologize.
So it's really important. These things will help. Those words will definitely help us add longer sentences without having run-on sentences. Okay, so here is what run-on sentences are, and he'll talk more about that.
Get ready. Go. Of course it's sweaty. I just ran a mile. Now it's your turn. Dear Tim and Moby, my teacher says I use run-on sentences. What are they and how can I correct them? From Scott. Run-on sentences are sometimes hard to catch. They seem like they're grammatically correct. Yes, that was a run-on sentence. Well, I did it on purpose. A run-on sentence happens when two or more sentences are written as though they were one. It doesn't have to be a long sentence to be a run-on. You just need two complete thoughts, each worthy of its own sentence, smushed together to make one. For example, that girl is running fast. She's not slowing down. That girl is running fast is a sentence on its own. So is she's not slowing down. Right now, our sentence is a run-on. There are a few ways to fix it. We can make it into two sentences separated by a period. That girl is running fast. She's not slowing down. We can separate the sentences with a semicolon instead of a comma. That girl is running fast. She's not slowing down. Or we can keep the comma and insert a conjunction after it.
It's the easiest
That girl
way.
is running fast and she's not slowing down.
There we go. Conjunctions.
So, whenever you see two sentences that are separated only by a comma, have no punctuation between them, or are missing a comma before the coordinating conjunction, you've got a run-on sentence that needs fixing. See, run-on sentences may be a little hard to catch, but they're easy to fix. Just remember that when you're writing, it doesn't matter how long your sentences are, just so long as they're clear and easy to understand. Yoink. Hey, she got your baton. Well, that was a run-on sentence if I ever heard one.
You can also, if you, instead of having, to have the two shorter sentences, you can add a whole bunch more detail and to make those two shorter sentences much more detailed and interesting. So in his example, she's running fast. You can describe her maybe, or you can say she's running extremely fast, not making any sound, or the girl with the long dark hair and blue shirt is running really fast. Those sorts of things. Use details to make your writing come alive. So this is why we keep on practicing. Then here are some different types of punctuation, which is always a good review.
We're supposed to clean my room first. Dear Tim and Moby, how do I know what punctuation to use? From Scott. Punctuation can be a little tricky, but it's not that hard once you understand what all the symbols mean and what they do. Here are some of the punctuation marks we see a lot. Let's start with periods. We use periods to end declarative and imperative sentences. Declarative sentences do just that. They declare something, like Moby is a robot. And imperative sentences request or command someone to do something. Get me my batting glove is an imperative sentence. Anyway, we can end both of these with periods. Will you get me my batting glove? That sentence is interrogative. It asks a question, so we end it with a question mark. So, what do you think? Good. You see how exclamation points are used to end exclamatory sentences. Those are sentences that have a strong statement or exclamation. On to commas. There are a lot of ways to use commas. Here are some of the basics. Pause when you see a comma, and use a comma when you need a pause between parts of a sentence.
Take
I
a
need
breath.
to get pencils, paper, and a notebook for school. My room, the place where I study, is a big mess. Where's the clock? Here we have an example of when to use a colon. You also use colons to introduce or define something. I have sports socks in the following colors: brown, white, and black.
To make a
In this
list.
sentence, the following colors are defined as brown, white, and black. Semicolons join parts of sentences when there's no conjunction used, no and, but, or. They take the place of those words. No, you lost the baseball mitt. I took the blame for it. I remember perfectly. You said, I'll be in big trouble because it's the fourth baseball mitt I've lost. That's how we use quotation marks, by the way, to indicate a person's exact words.
Someone is
The
talking.
word geology means study of the earth. They can also be used when you're specifying or giving an example of a word or phrase. We're never going to get this cleaned up. Ow, my foot.
Exclamation.
It really hurts.
Okay, so we've talked about all of those things, and all they can do is keep making our writing even better. So here is a song more about conjunctions, the and, but, and or words. And it's a really old video, but it is really funny also.
As your body grows bigger, your mind must flower.
This is from Schoolhouse Rock.
Because knowledge is power. It's Schoolhouse Rocky, a chip on the block of your favorite schoolhouse rock. You've been waiting for conjunction junction.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction junction, how's that function?
I got 3 favorite cars that get most of my job done.
Conjunction junction, what's their function?
I got and, but, and or. They'll get you pretty far. And that's an additive like this and that. But that's sort of the opposite. Not this, but that. And then there's or. O-R. When you have a choice like this or that. And, but, and or get you pretty far.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 boxcars and making them run right. Milk and honey, bread and butter, peas and rice.
Hey, that's nice.
Dirty but happy, digging and scratching, losing your shoe and a button or 2. He's poor but honest, sad but true. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up 2 cars to 1 when you say something like this. Choice, either now or later, or no choice. Neither now nor ever.
Hey, that's clever.
Eat this or that, grow thin or fat. Never mind, I wouldn't do that. I'm fat enough now.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up phrases and clauses that balance like out of the frying pan and into the fire. He cut loose the sandbags, but the balloon wouldn't go any higher. Let's go up to the mountains or down to the seas. You should always say thank you or at least say please.
Conjunction junction, what's your function?
Hooking up words and phrases and clauses in complex sentences like, in the mornings when I'm usually wide awake, I love to take a walk through the gardens and down by the lake where I often see a duck and a drake. And I wonder as I walk by just what they'd say if they could speak. Although I know that's an absurd thought.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Hooking up cars and making them function.
Conjunction, junction, how's that
I
function?
like tying up words and phrases and clauses.
Conjunction, junction, watch that
I'm
function.
gonna get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your
I'm
function?
going to get you there if you're very careful.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I'm going to get you there if you're very
See, it's just a cute little video. Give you some more examples on how to use conjunctions to hook together some sentences. Okay, so if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to email me. Thanks, guys.